Hey, my name is Alejandra. I am a content creator slash influencer on Instagram. I create content about modest fashion, travel, and lifestyle. Today I'm doing an influencer Q&A. So basically last week I posted a question box on my stories asking ladies if they were aspiring content creators or influencers in the modest fashion niche to drop their questions there. Basically, those are the questions that we will be responding today. I know there is a lot of tips and tricks on how to grow on Instagram, on YouTube, and basically on all over social media. But my tips and tricks and whatever my answers are going to be are for modest fashion niche. So that's specifically for modest fashion girls that are wanting to grow on Instagram and they haven't been able to. So I will be basically giving my experience and answering to all these questions as my personal experience. Some of the questions that were asked in the question boxes will be replied in this video, but a lot of them will be answered in a separate video because I just feel like they just need a video in itself to reply the question, just so I can go through like deep into that question, because I feel like if I answer all of them, this video will be too long. So I will be answering some on a separate video, like one question per video, but I will be answering some questions in this video, questions that I can reply that I know that it's not going to be too long to answer. If you're interested in knowing how I grew from 13,000 followers to 152,000 followers today in 1 year, you guys can go ahead and click the subscribe button, click the bell notification, and also if you have any questions about growing on Instagram as a modest fashion girl, go ahead and drop your comment below and I will get to those comments in the future. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I have my little notebook here. I wrote down the questions, so I will be reading some questions from here. All right, so how to find the creative inspiration to make content. I find inspiration basically through scrolling through Instagram and TikToks and Pinterest. I look for some outfit inspirations there as well. If you're talking about trending audios and stuff like that, basically you will find most of your inspiration in the platforms itself. So you can just scroll, and sometimes like I cannot tell you how many things I have saved. I have a lot of things saved on my Instagram, from music that I like, or outfits that I've liked, or transitions that I've liked, or effects that I've liked. So basically I have a lot of things saved and categorized in my Instagram saved thing. So basically, yeah, whenever I'm looking for music or I'm looking for how to style an item or something like that, I go back to my saved videos. So if you are scrolling through Instagram and you're wanting to become an influencer or content creator, make sure that you're not scrolling for scrolling. Make sure you're scrolling to find ideas. So kind of like change that perspective in your mind whenever you're scrolling, that you are wanting to create content. So when you're scrolling, whenever I'm scrolling, I basically I'm looking to see things that I would like, or that I would like to recreate in my own way, in my own form. So basically I save them and I use them in the future and things like that. So that's where I get all of my content ideas, basically from social media and the platforms itself. Okay, one of the questions is, what apps do you use to make your photos pop? Okay, so before, like when I started 2020, 2021, I was using presets on Lightroom, and I was editing my videos on editing my pictures on Lightroom, but I stopped doing that. I no longer edit on Lightroom. I think it was just a lot of time put into it. I don't think that right now, to be able to grow, you need to be editing. I know a lot of big accounts that have hundreds and thousands of followers and they don't use any presets at all, and I wasted a lot of money buying presets. But like back then, you needed to use the presets, but since right now there's a lot of growth going on in Reels, you don't really need to have like an aesthetic feed anymore to be like super aesthetic. You can have your own aesthetic, but it's not like something that you need to have. The way that I have been editing my pictures lately is just basically on my iPhone. I click on edit on my iPhone and then basically just the brightness up and just saturation and play around with those things a little bit and just see where I want my picture to be. And I don't have like a color scheme or an aesthetic on my feed. That's just what I've been using lately. But yeah, I used to use Lightroom app to edit my pictures. I don't use it anymore. I just basically edit on my iPhone. The next question is how to keep motivated to make content when you don't get any likes. And I have another question from another lady, which basically I'm going to tie it into this one. Her question is kind of the same, but it's how to find the motivation to continue even when not doing so well or losing followers. So basically here you're not getting any likes and you're losing followers, your content is not doing so good. How do you keep motivated? Okay, so if you are wanting to continue as a content creator or influencer, you have to stop putting your mind, you have to stop thinking about likes and engagement, okay? Yes, you do have to see your metrics to find out what people are liking the most. And basically you can find that in your insights. And whatever you are sharing and that people like the most or they engage with the most or they share it the most, that's what you want to create more of. So you want to kind of like start learning your audience to be able to learn them. But I don't want you to treat likes and engagement as a way of keeping motivated. Because like even myself having more than 100,000 followers on Instagram, sometimes my reels don't perform well, but it's just because like I think just social media is a roller coaster. So sometimes it's like super good, like you have a viral video, you have several videos that are just like super good, you have really good engagement, and sometimes you just don't. And whenever you don't, you can't be like, oh, I don't have any more likes, I'm done. I can't keep being motivated. You can't do that. Whenever I had 13,000 followers, actually I had hit already 14,000. And I celebrated 14,000 followers publicly in my Instagram. And then 3 months later, my engagement died completely. And it went from having like 700, 800 likes to having like 100 or sometimes even less than 100 likes on my content. So if I would have stayed there and not continue posting consistently, because I was posting since whenever I started doing this seriously, I basically said I'm going to be posting every single day, and that's what I did, whether it was doing good or if it was doing bad. Yes, my engagement dropped. I also lost like 500 followers. I went from 14.2 to 13.7, and that was actually like a hit for me because I was like, that's really sad, because I thought I was gaining, and then just completely like when Instagram Reels went out, like I started creating Reels. Everybody was like, "It's maybe you're not creating Reels." I was creating Reels. I was creating them, and my engagement just died completely. And if I would have just stayed there and given up, I would have never gotten to where I am today. So just don't give up just because your engagement is dead, okay? I actually considered back then to close my account with 13.7K, to close my account and start brand new, because I saw a lot of people that were starting fresh, starting from zero, and they were able to grow like this. And I was like, should I close my account? But I've worked so hard for it. It's been like a whole year that I have been posting every single day. And I already had brands talking to me and collaborations. And I was like, if I start from zero, it's gonna be hard for me to like get any more collaborations from that point, because then I can't say I have 13,000 followers, you know what I mean? So my point is, don't give up. If you have a smaller account, like if you have an account like in less than 10,000 followers, okay, and your engagement is dead and you've tried posting every single day and you've been consistent, like I was like, you can't tell me, oh, my engagement is dead. I can't continue. I haven't been able to grow, but you haven't been consistent. Like, you haven't been posting every single day. Like, you haven't been doing the work. Okay? I know it's hard, but it's the truth. Like, even when I was doing bad and my engagement was so dead and I was losing followers by the day, I was still posting. I was still showing up. And that's something that I want you to do. Still show up, still post every single day. Because if you don't post often, your followers, it's like they want to come. I've heard about this saying that it's like a store, for example, we're in Modest Fashion. If you go to a store once a month, and let's say you go every week, and they never have anything new. So like, it's like, you're not going to buy anything. Okay? Because you're expecting something new, and then you go back to the store and there's nothing new, and then you go back and there's nothing new. Like, you need to be able to consistently provide new things to your followers. And if you haven't been doing that, like, you have to start doing that. Okay? That's one of the things. If you have less than 10,000 followers, I would suggest close your account, open a new one, start fresh, and start posting every single day, and stick to your niche. Because if you want, like right now, I'm getting a little bit out of my niche, but I wasn't able to grow significantly fast until I stuck with Modest Fashion. Right now, I'm kind of going out a little bit and posting more travel, because I was posting travel before. I started my Instagram with travel and Modest Fashion, but I stopped completely posting travel to concentrate in Modest Fashion and just one niche. That's it. Modest Fashion, plus size ladies, this is it. And once I stopped posting everything else, my family stopped posting, my kids stopped posting, my trips stopped posting everything, my real estate, because I'm a realtor, that's when my account grew. So if you're doing several things, if you're posting funny reels and you're posting your family and you're posting other things, like, you're not going to be able to grow as much. And if you want growth fast, stick to one niche. I really encourage you to do that. Right now, like I said, I am getting out of that a little bit, posting a little bit more travel and lifestyle. But it's because I'm already like more than 100,000, and I think that if I wanted to continue growing fast, I would just have to stop posting that and continue with just Modest Fashion. But since I'm like, okay, I want to incorporate more a little bit of this, because I want to open the door for more sponsorships and more companies to be able to work with, then that's what I had to do, and that's what I did. Just because I feel like there's not a lot of companies and brands that can pay me much with just clothes. So that's why I decided to open myself up a little bit more with my niche. But if you are wanting to grow fast, really just stick with one niche, because that's basically what I did, and that's how I grew from like 13 to 100K. I got out of my questionnaire a little bit. But yeah, I answered the question basically, like, continue posting. I don't care if you're motivated or not, like, just continue posting, keep showing up. Because it's like whenever you're trying to lose weight. Look, I'm preaching to myself right now, okay? If you're trying to lose weight and then you go to the gym 3 weeks and then you're like, okay, I'm not motivated anymore, like, I'm just gonna stop going. It's not about motivation. It's not about like if you're gonna be motivated or not. Motivation comes and goes. So make sure that whenever motivation goes out the door, you continue showing up. You continue doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? There you go. Next question. How to prevent viewers from becoming bored of your content. Okay. How to prevent them from getting bored. You basically have to post, and if you're in Modest Fashion, because that's basically what we're talking about, like I said in the beginning of the video, Modest Fashion. Okay, so if you're posting Modest Fashion, you just have to like kind of recreate your outfits, try to change it up a little bit. Just try to switch it up a bit. I mean, you can wear a white button shirt in a million ways, and with like make so many outfits with just a white button shirt. So just basically try to mix it up a bit. And another thing about them, your followers not becoming bored, that you can do is basically try to stay on trend. I'm not saying go and buy everything that is trendy, because I don't do that. But basically, for example, if you know that some shoes are out of style, try not to post them and find some replacements that could be essentials and basically classicals that you can continue using in the long run, regardless if it's going to, the trend is going to go or not. You can continue using them in the future. I'm going to give you an example of these shoes. Hold on. Okay, so we have these shoes. These shoes are basically pretty trendy, because like the braided and then the heel, and like it's just a type of shoe that came out and a lot of girls are wearing. So if a lot of girls are wearing, and you know it's kind of trendy, but at the same time they're just basic white heels. So in the future, if this trend goes out, I can continue wearing them. You see what I mean? So yeah, try to do that. Try to stay on top of trends. Like if you see that maxi skirts like right now are in trend, so go get yourself some maxi skirts and try to style them and try to show different styles with it. There's just so many things to do with clothes that you can do. But basically what I see a lot of girls that haven't been growing is because they have the same style that they had in 2020. You have to be able to constantly evolve with trends. You have to constantly be able to evolve with the times, you know? Even with modest fashion, I mean, we don't wear the fashion of the world, right? Because we don't wear shorts, we don't wear pants, we don't wear tank tops, we don't like show our cleavage or our arms and things like that. But at the same time, I mean, there is still some trends that you can incorporate into your wardrobe and try to look fashionable and try to look trendy and be up to date. So there's like I said, like there's girls that I follow on Instagram since 2020. I love them so much. They're like really, really good friends of mine, but they haven't been evolving. They have the same style that they had in 2020 and they have been stuck. Even though they have great content, they have great content, they have great quality, they have like been posting every single day, but then they have been stuck with the growth. And I personally think it's because of that, because they haven't been evolving their fashion to today's standards. So like the girls right now, if they want to see inspiration for today and they're wearing clothes that, yeah, basically it could be new clothes for them, and it could be new clothes that they're showing, but it's basically not like clothes that is in style right now. So then that could kind of like leave them behind in the growth process. So so if you're trying to like shoes or just something, incorporate like a new item once in a while to be able to have those staples that are trendy at the same time, you will prevent your followers from getting bored as well. How to edit reels. I edit my reels with CapCut. When I started Instagram and Instagram came out with reels, I was editing in the Instagram app, and please don't do this because I had so many problems with it. Take it from me, please, because like my videos would be deleted. My look, it was just a mess. Like there's just so many things that happened, and I've lost so much work, so many hours, did so many transitions. It was over and over again, and I was like, okay, maybe it was just a glitch. Let me try it again. Look, it doesn't work. Try to edit outside of the app. I use CapCut to edit all my videos, and that basically helps me because like I already have my video with no watermark. And I can use that same video to post it on Instagram. I can post it on TikTok. I can post it on YouTube Reels. I can post it on YouTube Shorts. That's what it's called. And I can post it on Facebook Reels. So I just can like basically just my same video, post it in several platforms. I also post on Pinterest. So edit outside of Instagram, outside of TikTok. So that way you have a video without a watermark and with better quality. How to make viewers share our content and engage. Okay, you make people engage with your content when you're creating good content. If they liked your outfit, they'll click a like. If they loved your outfit, they will comment. If you left a wow factor, they will comment. If you left something that inspires them to want to recreate in the future, whether it was your transition or whether it was your sound or whether it was your outfit that they want to recreate, they will save. I have found myself sharing like fashion videos whenever I'm like, oh, this outfit is so cute, I'm gonna share it with my sister. Oh my gosh, this outfit will look great on my friend, I'm gonna send it to her. Oh my gosh, this is so my daughter, I really think she should see this outfit because she would love to recreate this one. So basically those are the reasons that why people share your content. If they share on their stories, is because you wow them so much that they seem like there is value in this video, and I really want to share this with my own followers, and I'm gonna put it in my stories. So those are reasons why people share. So if you are not leaving them wowed, or you're not being relatable with your fashion, like I said before, that you're being relatable today or inspiring people with your content, then they will not share. Because if you're creating just the same thing or something that is outdated, they won't share because they don't think that that's something interesting. And if there's some girls that would support you by clicking the like and they will comment, but that video is not going anywhere if they don't click save or share. Because honestly, the videos that perform the best and get the best views are the ones with the most saves and the most shares. Likes and comments are good, but they're not great. So if you're like in engagement groups, you can go like and comment and do all of this work for other ladies and try to support them and all of that. But your video and your content and your followers are not gonna grow. That's just what it is. It's not gonna grow because you need to work more on your content quality and your content strategy to be able to grow. I used to be in engagement groups. I'm not in any engagement groups anymore. I think I stopped like more than a year ago because I saw that it wasn't working. And you spend so much time trying to engage with other girls and going back and forth, but your content is not going where you want it to be. And it's because of that. You need to concentrate on your quality. You have to concentrate in your work. So like most of the time, to be honest, right now, I'm spending it creating content and planning my content and planning my outfits. And that's where all of my time is going, more than trying to engage. I do engage with my followers. I do engage with some girls because I follow them, and but it's something more genuine than something that I have to do. So basically, if I come to my Instagram account and I start scrolling and I see one of my followers that posted something, and I have the time right now, I like and sometimes I comment. So I engage with them just to support them, and I also like and comment on videos that I really like. But like I said, I mean, it's engagement that is genuine, and I say videos that inspire me, and I share videos that I think it's funny, or that, like I said, like because I love their fashion. So it's something more organic. Okay, just so you can say. So Instagram does notice that as well, that you're being more organic rather than you're going out there and being in engagement groups, because they can tell if you clicked on a post on a group chat and went and liked and commented on that post or reel. They can see that, okay? They saw where your like and your comment came from. They saw where you saw your post, because if they saw that you were in the group chat and then you went to their profile and then you engaged, rather than you seeing it on your homepage, then they will see that as being in an engagement group and not being organic. So did I get out again? Hold on, where were we? Okay, all right, how to make your sharing content. Okay, how to collab with other content creators. Okay, so besides the fact that yes, you want to be organic, you still want to make friends on Instagram, okay? Back when I was in the engagement groups, I made a lot of friends, and we're still friends today. So if I wanted to collaborate, I could reach out to my old friends, okay? But I have met other friends, other new friends, and I have reached out to them, or they reach out to me, and we basically start a conversation in DM and all of that stuff. And I say, hey, would you like to collaborate? Let's meet, or let's do this, let's do a video like that. And basically everything starts with a friendship, with a DM, and that's how I recommend you to do. I do want to say, don't reach out to bigger accounts, because the bigger accounts will basically want to collaborate with accounts likewise. So if you have like 10,000 followers, try to find friends between 5K to 15K, maybe 20K. If you're in 20,000 followers, try to find friends in that same amount of followers as well. So that way there is less chances to hear a no if you are collaborating with someone that is within your follower range. If you have 3,000 followers and you reach out to a girl that has 70,000 followers, there's a lot less chance for them to want to collaborate with you, because to be honest, they're going to be creating content, and everything on social media, whether it's for a brand or collaborating with a brand or collaborating with a friend, everything, it has to be kind of equal. If they see that there is no value in collaborating with a much smaller account than theirs, then they would just skip, because they have worked so hard to get where they are. And I'm not trying to sound selfish, but this is basically how people see it, okay? I'm just trying to be honest. They have worked so hard to get to where they are today, and then there's some smaller account that they want to collaborate with them. If they see that there's no value, or like, for example, okay, we can collaborate, but what are you going to bring to the table? Like, am I going to gain followers from this collaboration? Like, what am I going to gain? Because it has to be equal. Like I said, it has to be like any collaboration that you do, there has to be value going back and forth. So if that's why I said, like, if you want to collaborate, try to collaborate with someone in your follower range. Because, like, for example, a 20,000 follower girl would collaborate with a 24,000 follower girl, because they know that they have kind of the same amount of followers and they give the same amount of value to each other in collaboration. So yep, that's my answer to that. Okay, so questions that I will be answering in a separate video would be, how do I edit my YouTube videos? I actually started this video, but then I have no idea where my videos went, because I was recording how I edited and I lost those videos for somehow, but I will be creating this video later. How do I edit my YouTube videos? Okay, how do you get noticed by brands? So I will make a video on how to get noticed by bigger brands. If you're interested in finding out how to collaborate with smaller brands or small boutiques, I do have a video out there that says how I started to collaborate with modest boutiques. And basically it tells the story and how I started with smaller modest boutiques. So if you're interested in collaborating with smaller boutiques, go ahead and check out that video. I will leave the link in the description below. Another video that I will make separately, because I will want to go more into depth with that, is how much do you make with Reels. So I will tell you all with that a separate video. And if you ladies have any more questions about basically becoming an influencer, content creator, any other tips that you want to know, or anything that you would like to know about this, let me know in the comments below. I will be gladly to help you and give you my advice and my perspective on how I've gotten to where I am today. Obviously, I am not where I want to be, but I am thankful that I am where I am, and it kind of like really surprises me. And sometimes I actually don't believe in myself. I mean, 100,000 followers may not be a lot to a lot of people, because they have like 1 million followers or more than that, but I think for the modest fashion niche, it's a lot of followers. I know a lot of modest fashion girls that started way before me, and I used to look up to them, and now they look up to me, and I'm just like, what? Like, how? How did this happen? I have no words. I'm just really thankful to God for helping me. I used to think, and a lot of friends of mine back then, like they bully me today because they're like, you see, you grew, and you said you couldn't grow because you were fat. And it's true. Like that was one of the things that I used to tell myself. I used to say is like, it's because y'all look so beautiful and y'all are skinny, and I think just maybe people doesn't like me because I'm fat. And I used to think things that are not, I just basically not true. So I really want to encourage you that get those negative things out of your mind, because if I made it more than 100,000 followers in the modest fashion niche, I know you can too. So that's it for today, ladies. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.